This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting. I'm joined by Daley Perales back in Trench's boxing gym today. Daley, it's been a couple of weeks, or good, no, it's been a good month and a half since I last caught up with you. Obviously, Kenny's in camp now. Deji's still without a fight date, working towards a six-pack. But we'll talk about Kenny first versus Adam Brooks. Is Adam quite a fight where Kenny's got a lot to lose in this fight, but not as much to gain? I've seen a lot of people saying this on social media, which I don't agree with, but it's a narrative that's been thrown out there on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be fights, right? And for me as a coach, it's all about the process and learning. But I also understand in his world, the fans are not going to be patient. They're going to want to see certain things, and they're going to have their opinions. My opinion is Adam Brooks. People are acting like hasn't got experience, but he's had unlicensed fight. I think knocked the guy out. He knocked the guy out on his fight in Misfits. So based on that, we have to be wary of what he's bringing to the table, because he's, at the end of the day, he knocked out his two opponents. So we have to stay focused, give him the respect of training hard and making sure we are on point and no stones left unturned.
All right, Deji. So we talk about Adam Brooks as a fighter, obviously 2 wins, 2 KOs. Do you see him as a sort of power puncher? Do you see him as a boxer? Where do you rank him in terms of skills?
I have to be honest, because obviously I've been in sport all my life, so for their level, he's got decent skill. If I'm looking from the outside, then he's very limited. But one thing he has is heart. He has determination, the focus, the dedication. Obviously, he's got some power because he's knocked out 2 opponents. And that's what we have to be wary about. And that's why I've constantly told Kenny, listen, from round 1, you have to be focused and sharp. It's a bit like Winderson. Before that fight, Winderson posed a threat. He knocked out his opponent before fighting Kenny. Everyone was like, oh, Winderson, he got power. He knocked out the guy. He's going to give Kenny a tough fight. And that is when we were preparing for that fight, I told Kenny, listen, you have to be switched on and let him know from round 1, because that's going to dictate the outcome of the fight. And that's exactly what he has to do with Adam Brooks. He has to go out there and show him what time it is, and dictate and frustrate him and beat him up. So, yeah, good luck to Adam Brooks.
Certainly, good luck. I'll go see Adam in the gym in a few weeks' time. Let's talk about this then. This card, obviously, Sorpap is headlining it. If Sorpapi was to win this fight and Kenny was to win the fight, is that the fight to make after that, Sorpapi Kenny, and the winner gets Slim?
Yeah, I think his next fight, you said it's at 175.
Yeah.
Previous fight's 165.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Kenny's a 170 fighter now. That's where he feels at his best. So, yeah, I think Sorpapi, if he's been 165 and now 175, I think 170, he's going to have no problem with that. And for me, obviously, it's not my world. It's not professional boxing where I have control over everything. I manage my pro fighters. In this influencer world, they're their own bosses. Obviously, they've got people working for them. So I can only advise, and I'm up for any fight as a coach. He should be fighting anyone. But he knows what he wants as well. But, yeah, Sorpapi, I think that would be a great fight. My ego says Anthony Taylor will be a good fight again. Temper, if he can get down the weight. Yeah, there's a few out there. Slim. Yeah, there's a few out there.
The Sorpap, I guess Kenny wants to fight twice this year. He was saying he's already fought once. Oh no, he hasn't. No. He's fighting once, sorry. He's fighting Adam Brooks, and then you have one more fight. I think the perfect storyline is doing Adam Brooks. If he beats Adam, then doing Sorpapi. If he does beat Sorpapi, then doing Slim. I mean, that's a great year for Kenny.
I think it's good set up for them to fight, because they both lost their last fight. And now they're both fighting on the same show. So you never know. You might see them in the ring face to face. They might get them in the ring. They might get them in the ring.
Right, hinting. Let's try this then. Should we bring our brother? He's called JJ, isn't he?
Yeah, JJ,
JJ.
JJ!
Should we bring you in the interview a second, please? Yeah. Do you want to move up a little bit? Let's make sure we're all on camera shot here. There you go. The camera's just there, look. Perfect. So this is interesting, JJ, the first time on the channel, and you're Daley Perales' brother?
Daley and Kenny's brother, yeah.
Okay, nice. And you've boxed before, haven't you?
Yeah, I boxed as a pro, amateur, won a few national titles as an amateur, Southern area title as a pro, international title as well. And then I retired for a bit, had a few personal issues and stuff like that. And I just come back, Daley started training, I thought, you know what, I would love to have a few fights with my brother in my corner. So I come back, I got called up for a fight against a guy called Tommy Hench. I hadn't trained. My brother Daley didn't want me to box at the time because I hadn't trained. We had, 10 days notice? Yeah. We had 10 days notice to get ready. And I went in there and absolutely schooled him. It was probably the easiest fight of my career. Boxed his head off. I tired out in the 6th round. I was nearly 16 stone, overweight.
So it was 6 rounds? It
was a 6th round. It was supposed to be a 3-rounder. And me, stupidly, said, come on, let's do 6 rounds then. Because I normally fight 10, 12 rounds as a pro. And we had 6 rounds. He come on better in the 6th round. It's only because I was tired. That's all it was. After that, he started harassing me, my brothers, tagging us in, sending all videos, saying he wanted a rematch. I said, no problem. Let's go again. Not a problem. I said, I'm going to train this time. I'm going to get Daley to train me. And and that's where we are. So I'm fighting on May the 4th. It was supposed to hopefully be against him because he said he wanted a rematch. And he's gone missing. He's disappeared. So since I've started training, he don't want to know. I then met up with Idris Virgo at a show, and he said, look, the winner, or Tommy Hench, you want to box me, beat JJ, and then I'll give you a shot. And that's where we're at now, basically.
So you're fighting in a few weeks on the DKM show?
DKM Plus Boxing, who's on top of the bill on that show. And then going to get a fight there and then just see where it goes. I'm willing to fight anyone, light heavyweight or cruiserweight. Don't care who it is, what their name is. If Idris Virgo wants some, because obviously Tommy Hench has already beaten Idris Virgo. I'll beat Tommy Hench. There's no need for me to fight Tommy Hench again, to be honest with you. I can make light heavyweight still if I've been given the notice, and I'll happily step in the ring with him. He called out my brother Kenny. He's called out my brother Daley before, but Daley's a trainer. He's got no interest in fighting, and I think one fight against Anthony Taylor, that's the only fight he's interested in. But Daley would train me. If he wants to go, I'll go within, give me 8, 9, 10 weeks. I'll make the light heavyweight division, and not a problem. But he'd be in for a war if he fights me. He'd be in for a proper fight. I'm not an influencer, I'm not a YouTuber, I'm a proper fighter.
Your brother, I know you did a face-off with Idris Virgo. When was that? What card was that I did it on? Was it the January 1, KSI Temper, Misfits 4?
No. That was when Deji fought Swarms. Yeah.
So that was May.
Yeah.
That was May last year on the KSI Joe Fournier, on KSI Joe Fournier card, I believe. Your brother versus Idris Virgo, that's a fight you'd be excited about?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be good because Idris Virgo is looking for a fight. And I think the only reason, to be honest, if people don't want to fight him is because he's an undefeated pro. You know, I think he was 11-1 draw or something like that, or 10-1 draw. So no influencer, unless they're Tommy Fury. But Tommy Fury ain't going to fight Idris, I don't think. I think he's on bigger things, to be honest. So, if Idris wants to keep active, then, he should fight a proper fighter. You know what I mean? In the meantime.
Idris Virgo's next. Will Idris be going to your next fight then? Do you reckon? Will Idris go and watch your next fight in person?
He may be there. He was at the last DK Plus show, and like I said, I got all the respect for the guy because he can fight. He's an unbeaten fighter. He's very professional. I've watched a few little bits with him. You know, he looks in good shape, and I'd happily step in the ring with him. Not a problem. I've spoke to my brother Daley about it. He said he'd train me for it. And yeah, if I ever get the call for it, not a problem.
Sounds pretty good then. Well, looks like you got another fight on your hands for you, Daley, there. Just a couple more things then. What do you think's next for KSI in his Misfits career?
You know what? He's done so well in his career, not just boxing-wise, as a businessman, that it's, it's hard to know what his next move is or what it should be. You know what I mean? He should be proud for what he's done so far and what he's achieved and where he's come from, the journey and stuff. But we all know everyone wants to see KSI versus Jake Paul. So if he is I don't think he's gonna fight for that much longer. And because of that reason, you might as well just give the fans what they want to see. If Jake Paul will agree, he might make it tough for negotiations. But if they can manage to agree it, then I think a fight like that will be good. And let me give a little advice. Maybe, just maybe, as they both want to be real boxers as well, they should do it in the mecca of boxing.
Vegas.
At the
Sphere.
Yeah, there, or the MGM. Traditional, if it's traditional, if we want traditional, then MGM.
Right.
Or the Sphere would be good. Or the other mecca of boxing is Madison Square Garden.
Not your call.
Not your call. And Wembley Stadium would be good, but I'm not sure if Jake would want to come over to Wembley Stadium. That's why I'm saying, if it's going to be done, do it in one of the mecca arenas, you know what I mean?
And you're still picking JJ?
Yeah, I think it'd be too awkward for Jake. You see, Tommy, he made it difficult for Tommy Fury, and Tommy Fury knows how to box. He knows the fundamentals of boxing. So he could, deal with what JJ was doing, even though it was a close fight. But I don't think Jake Paul has that boxing brain yet, like Tommy Fury, to deal with what KSI brings. If KSI fights Jake Paul the way he fought Tommy, then I pick KSI to beat Jake Paul.
That's fair. That's a fair prediction. But yeah, it looks like I might see your Misfits in the near future, JJ. But if people want to follow you on Instagram or contact you, where'd they find you at?
Oh, JJ.Junior number 13, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah.
We'll put your link in the description.
Yeah, put the link. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put
I've only
Trenches.
just come onto social media. I'm not going to lie. My brothers are good on social media. Ain't really been my thing, but I'm trying to do my little thing and get my face out there, get a few fights, and so see how it goes.
Put your link in the description along with Daley's. Just one last thing, actually, I just remembered. Are you picking Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney?
Devin Haney, I think. Devin Haney on points, but Ryan Garcia, he's looking good as well. It's going to be a tough fight. But I'd probably go for Devin Haney, me personally.
And for you, Daley?
Yeah, I think Ryan Garcia, despite all the clowning, there's no way he hasn't been taking it serious, because when I saw the media workout of him, he looks so much better. He's more technical.
His hands are up, his chins are down.
He's tight, he's not closing his eyes. So they have been working. So I think, you know what? I just want to be different for this one and let me go with Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
You know, psychologically, they both know each other because of the amateur. I know it's amateur, but they box each other 6 times. And Ryan Garcia, that could give him some confidence. You know what I mean?
Ryan won more. I think it was 3-2. They've only boxed 5 times the amateurs. It was 3 wins for Garcia. Yeah, and Devin won twice, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. Devin's the favourite, but just because of the way he lives the life. But when you know someone so well, despite them being pros, and Ryan Garcia, don't look at the Tank fight, because what would happen if Tank fought Devin? Would Devin be able to handle Tank's power? I don't think so. So I just base it on them, Ryan Garcia being actually a really good, fast twitch, dangerous fighter that can punch. So it's going to make it interesting.
Certainly, yeah. Well, we'll see it this weekend. But yeah, JJ, I appreciate it.
Nice
Thank
to meet
you,
you,
Daley. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Sounds pretty good.